scene as Yajirobe attempts to sneak up behind him and cut off his tail. This doesn't work out. I mean, could you ever see it working out? After this, the rest is just Vegeta being super out of character, or maybe too in character. He asks Yajirobe to join him. Of course, Yajirobe disagrees and says he'll just blow up like Nappa, which prompts this little scene.
I give Nappa noble warrior's death. It was what he deserved. He was a Saiyan!
I personally found it to be badass, as just getting more input on something like Nappa's death being honorable and even prompting him to become Super Saiyan is a really cool touch. The other what if is during the Cell Saga, where the only thing that changes is instead of 18 being absorbed, Krillin's, making, oh god, what are you? This was just really funny, and it was actually meant to be that way because there's no way you're supposed to take this shit seriously. Funny enough, even Yamcha gets dissed once again in this what if, as he's still beaten by the Cell and Krillin combination and just outright disrespected throughout the whole thing. After finally finishing him off, turns out the whole thing was just a nightmare for Cell, and just ends with Cell regretting his choice of giving 10 days for the tournament. This had me dying after watching this again, and I absolutely love the humor that they added to these somewhat serious scenarios. These what-ifs definitely made me way more excited for what's to come with Sparking Zero, and with that creeping up, I'm sure a lot of people would love to see what's been done and what they could test out after a whole decade has passed. On that note, we can leave the story behind after everything is completed and move on to the World Tournament area. This part isn't really complicated by any means, but it is necessary to 100% this whole game, as it's going to be your moneymaker throughout every single game. The difficulty is probably the thing I want to talk about the most, as it's the most memorable thing about this whole experience. The fastest and easiest route you can take for completing these tournaments is just knocking the enemy out of the ring, but holy shit do they not make it easy. By the final difficulty, you're already regretting your choices, but it's really all about getting used to it and finding your own groove. As for getting the difficulties, all you have to do is beat the first one, buy the next one in the item shop, and rinse and repeat. There's only 3 total difficulties, but you do get 2 characters and even unlock a special game mode, but that's really all it offers. Now for the item shop. This section isn't really all too great in my opinion. It made 100%ing the game not only a tad boring, but kind of painful. For context, Budokai 1 was the last game I actually played, so by the time I got to it, I was already fucking tired. Being tired isn't the worst part of it, because I can be tired and do shit all the time, but what really made it bad was what you had to do for the item shop. You see, we need to buy everything we can get from here, but all the items aren't just posted up in the shop waiting to be bought, so we had to use a little technique. It's really simple. We just go in, see if there's anything new, and if not, we exit. The Dementia technique. This does refresh the shop, so do it as much as you need, but god was this the worst, since every Budokai game